Why Spain's homage to 2010 and 2024 was the right ending for one of the best World Cups ever. As the final seconds ticked down on Spain's 1-0 extra-time win over a valiant Argentina, and the referee blew his whistle, one could be forgiven for their mind once again slipping to memories of La Roja's maiden World Cup victory. Here was a team that played a beautiful, dominant style of soccer that enthralled the world and stymied opponents on its way to the World Cup final. There, the squad encountered an opponent that played a punishing, physical game to throw off the beauty and rhythm of Spain. Despite some controversy in the match, La Roja scored a dramatic extra-time winner to claim the World Cup trophy.
Tired of messy watermelon prep? The crisp taste 2-in-1 watermelon cutter slices neat cubes quickly, then switches to a retractable fork for easy serving with less mess. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/3 before it's gone.
Also, both teams were motivated by the memory of people who had died in tragic circumstances. Former Espanyol player Danny Jarque from a heart attack at age 26 in 2009, and Spain fan Maria Caamaño from Ewing's sarcoma at age 13 on April 16. While the comparisons between 2010 and 2026 are almost innumerable if you are into numerology, two things are clear. Both of these teams are world champions, and both have done so through a consistent, shared DNA that sets Spain apart. The 2026 world champions are the next evolution of a team that won the 2024 Euros, which was in itself a team that evolved from its 2008-2012 heyday. This 2024 team was one that used dynamic winger play behind a solid, dominant midfield to win a fourth European crown, and it was widely expected that a similar squad would take to the pitch in North America. But injuries shattered those dreams. Hamstring tears to Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams in their domestic club seasons removed that quick attacking threat from the flanks and led to one of the biggest shocks of the tournament, the Cape Verde draw. Luis de la Fuente felt that he could simply replace Williams and Yamal with other players and make it work, just like he could with some of the players in the midfield like Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, Dani Olmo, and others. But Spain's DNA doesn't come from winger play, it springs from the midfield. De la Fuente wisely shifted to a more tiki-taka-esque focus with a stout defense moving forward and hoped that his wingers would get healthy as the tournament progressed. While Yamal did get fully fit and Williams began making impactful substitute appearances, the real revolution was in Spain's bread and butter. The defense conceded an astounding 1 goal in the entire newly expanded tournament, a record. Aymeric Laporte, Pau Cubarsí, who won Young Player of the Tournament, Pedro Porro and Marc Cucurella were tremendous throughout and played seamlessly with one another to produce a huge safety net at the back for Unai Simon, who was a rock in goal, though he did have moments that scared every La Roja fan around the world. But the return of Ballon d'Or-level Rodri was arguably the main reason for it all. The Manchester City man orchestrated Spain's possession play, and he was justly awarded the 2026 World Cup Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament. After all, how can the opponent score when it never has the ball? All of that was present in Spain's domination of the World Cup final. While the opening minutes were shaky for both teams, probably due to nerves, La Roja quickly established itself and, like a virus that begins propagating in a new host, slowly grew into the match. What began as relative control of the game soon turned into established dominance and later absolute monarchy after halftime. Spain had 2 shots on target and 65% possession in the first half, and an absurd 8 shots on target and 68% possession in the second half. Argentina, widely known for its physical play that frustrates and throws off its opponents, had the tables turned as a result, getting annoyed with Spain's possession and charging into hard tackles that were eventually punished with the team's first red card of the tournament on Enzo Fernandez as the game headed into extra time. Despite playing with 10 men for the final few minutes of injury time and all of extra time, the Albiceleste put up a good fight, almost enough to take the match to what would have been a coin flip penalty shootout. Things looked even better for Argentina when Spain had a goal disallowed for what appeared to be a very soft foul by Mikel Merino on an Albiceleste defender that ruled out Williams' effort. As the second half of extra time began and the specter of a shootout loomed, up stepped Ferran Torres, someone who couldn't have deserved it more. Torres, one of Barcelona's key men up front, had been having an awful tournament, missing a plethora of chances throughout Spain's campaign and being benched after starting against Cape Verde. The Barca attacker came through in the clutch, slamming in Williams' headed pass to ultimately win the World Cup for La Roja and giving joy to the entire nation that had almost abandoned him. In what was a relatively uncharacteristic ending for this Spain team, perhaps seeing the finish line so close, the squad allowed Argentina a few last chances, two of which couldn't have been closer in the final 8 minutes or so of the match. The Albiceleste lived up to their reputation of almost preferring to lose a limb over losing a game, fighting until the very end, but it wasn't to be. The fourth star and a fairytale send-off for Lionel Messi earned through lots of grit, fighting spirit, and a bit of magic evaporated into the East Rutherford, New Jersey, air. In their place remained the only just ending to this tournament. La Roja had been the best team of the World Cup and had done so by remaining faithful to itself and its soccer through technique, ability, and skill honed through years and years of doing the same thing better than anyone else. Yes, the method wasn't the best show for neutral fans at times, but it was the best homage to the beautiful game and its fans everywhere, and to one of the best World Cups ever.